Hey everyone, Dick Dohak here with Gulf Point Properties. Just wanted to do a market update. As you know, we do these on a regular basis. This one is really interesting though, and if I were to have guessed a month ago what this report would look like, I would not have anticipated that it would look anything like it does. Let me just get into some of the quick data, and we'll run through that pretty quickly, and then I've got a few outtakes on it as well. To sum it all up, the market is amazingly strong. We're seeing in April it's down just a little bit. I think that it'll be a little bit softer than these numbers. These numbers are from March. Takes them 3 weeks to get the numbers out to us. So these are from March, but let me run over it real quickly. So in Lee County, we had 1,500 new listings. We sold 1,415 properties. Our inventory level compared to a year ago is down to 4.5 months. That's a decrease of 22.6%. The days on market are down to 61 days on market. So compared to last year, March this year, even compared to last year, we're doing incredibly well. Collier, we had new listings of 583. We sold 622, so that supply decreased a little bit. They're at 6.7 months, which for them is pretty good. Their average days on market is 93, a little bit longer, but again, for Collier, that's pretty normal. The median price in Lee County is 279,000. In Collier, it's 490,000. We had new pending inventory of 1,771 properties in Lee County, so those will be closing in April, and 780 in Collier. So I have to admit that I'm shocked that the market has held together as tightly as it has. There's several things to keep in mind because I've spoken to a lot of people, and a lot of people are saying, I'm just going to sit on the fence. I'm going to wait. There's going to be price decreases, and I'm not saying that there aren't going to be. I don't know the answer to that, but what I can tell you is that the market is amazingly strong right now. What everybody has to understand is that going into this, our market was super strong. So the years leading up to when the bubble burst and in our last downturn, appreciation had been going at the lowest month was 6.5%, or the lowest year was 6.5%, and they were double digit, 12 and 13% year after year after year. In the last 6 years, the average appreciation has only been 6.5%, or they've all been below 6.5%. Our specific area has been a little higher than that because we were knocked so far down and we had to climb back up. So we've seen price increases a little bit beyond that, but really just to get back to the level where we were. The other thing is that it's much more difficult now to get a loan than it was back then. The number that I see here is 6 times more difficult to get a loan now than it was back then. So people have to be qualified. There's none of these no doc loans and none of those kinds of things. Let's see, also the amount of home equity now. Before, everybody was leveraged. They were making loans of 125% of value, and it was leverage. Right now, 50% of the homes in the United States, or 53.8%, have 50% or more equity in their home, and 37% are owned outright. I don't have the specific data for our area. My guess is that number is much higher in Southwest Florida, that more homes are owned outright in Southwest Florida. The other thing to keep in mind is that this shutdown was not market driven. It wasn't driven by inflated prices or by anything of that nature. It was a button was pushed and we were put on pause. Now, not to say that long term this shutdown is wreaking havoc on a lot of people. a lot of people without jobs, without incomes, a lot of businesses turned inside out. So I know that there's going to be financial devastation for a lot of people. It's going to make it harder for people to get loans. There's going to be a lot of things that affect the real estate market in the future. But I mean, based on what I'm seeing now, I really don't think that they're going to be devastating. I don't think they're going to create the kind of upside down market that we had during the last recession. So time will tell, but it's very encouraging to see how well the market has done in this initial stage. And last but not least, and I did mention this the last time, I anticipated that there were going to be opportunities in new construction, and indeed that has materialized. The thing is, you can't sit on the fence with it. They're selling off the inventory. When the inventory is gone, it's over. The builders did not want to get stuck like they did last time with a lot of inventory on hand, and so they've been very aggressive, but it's already starting to tighten up. So if that's something you want to consider, please reach out to us right away so that we can talk that over. So I know this is a little long for this, but there's a lot going on right now. Thanks so much, and look forward to talking with all of you in the future.